Now that we've seen how the completed project environment works with our family, we're going to start to create a new family. We're going to start by creating the annotation part of the family, and we'll use the annotation template file. In fact, we will use the generic annotation template file to create the label part right there, generic annotation. And that'll be the kind of the text part of our family. And then we will nest this generic annotation family into a model family, and together those will then go into our project file. So there's the original view of a generic annotation, some text. I'm just going to delete that. You can read that if you want. Where those two reference planes cross will be the origin or base point of this family. I'm going to start by just creating a piece of regular, just unintelligent text. And what we're going to have here is something that says, 6 feet by 6 feet. Well, this is the little X that is the, by. So we're going to put a lowercase x in. I'll zoom in and I'm just going to pick on that x and I'm just going to nudge it into place. So I get that little x into place. That's going to be the center of my family. It's going to use 3/32 of an inch text with a specific font and width factor and all that stuff. And you can go in and change that if you want to change the look and feel of your text. Now I'm going to create a label by picking the label button. And then from there I can pick my alignment, but I'm just going to pick a point on the screen. I'm going to create a new parameter and I'm going to call this room width. Now pay attention to the spelling because we're going to link this parameter up with another parameter in the model. It is a dimension, group it under dimensions, it's instance, and a length parameter. Room size, dimension, instance, and length. I should say room width. Add that in. I'm going to change the sample text value to say 6 foot 0 inches. So this is just the sample text that's going to show up on screen. That's not actually the value of the parameter. I'm going to pick another point and add in another parameter. And this one is going to be called room height, meaning the vertical dimension. Pay attention to spelling. Group it under dimensions. It's an instance parameter, and also length. Okay, important that we notice this information because we're going to create similar parameters in our model family. So we're going to bring that one in, and then we're going to change the sample to say 6 foot 0 inches, and then hit OK. Now we need to just fix the justification and alignment of these two labels, these two parameter labels. I'll go into the instance properties and notice it says vertical alignment and horizontal. I'll change my vertical to be middle, my horizontal alignment to be left because it's the piece of text on the right, and it'll reposition itself. I'll pick my other label, go back into my instance properties, go into edit, and if I want, I'm going to change the width factor to 0.8 here. And you can change the height of the text and all that stuff and the font. I'm going to change my vertical alignment to be middle and my horizontal to be right justified. So it grows to the left. So right justified for the text on the left. And then I'm going to zoom out, pick on here, and then all I have to do is reposition that. And I want to adjust the width of this, the field for this parameter. And it's better to make this bigger than what you think, because quite often you'll end up with something that says 22 feet 7.5 by 31 foot 2.5 or something. You usually need a little more room in there than what you think. So we align and position this just like we have it right there. And now I'm actually going to go in and point out that the values of these pieces of text are in fact 0. Okay, so they are 0, but we will go in and change these, and we'll link these two parameters up later inside of the model family when we load this annotation family into our model family. So we've got our two pieces of text there. We've got our one unintelligent piece of text sitting there. And we can just nudge and get this to be in the position that we want, and now we'll do a save as. We go File, Save As Family. I'm just going to save this on my desktop, and I will call this Room Label Annotation. So I'm going to, and notice it's a .rfa file, so I'll name this first part of our family .rfa Room Label Annotation. I'm going to save that on my desktop, and that family is ready to go. We'll take this and we'll load it into a new model family, and then we'll link up some parameters and see the magic happen from there.